inspiring folk tales of kindness and courage. Nia and the baobab tree. Under the golden sunrise of the African savanna, little Nia skipped across the red earth, greeting the morning as she always did. She loved the old baobab tree near her village well. Its wide branches stretched out like kind arms, and its rugged bark told stories of countless seasons. She often imagined the tree was giving her an early morning hug as she ran by, but today, something was different. Nia noticed with a start that the baobab's branches were bare, its familiar green leaves drooping, as if sad. The air felt heavy without its usual leafy shade, and Nia's heart ached to see it in such a sorry state. "Grandma, why are the baobab's leaves falling?" asked Nia as she found her grandmother gathering water at dawn. Warm and gentle, Grandma Amari set down her pot and knelt beside Nia. "Ah, my child," she said softly, brushing a strand of hair from Nia's face, "this baobab has given us shade, fruit, and wisdom for many generations. It has listened to our laughter and watched our children grow." She tapped the rough bark with her fingers. "It is very old, Nia. Lately, people forgot to care for it. The rains have been scarce, and without our help, the tree has grown weak and weary." Nia ran her fingers along the grooves in the bark. She could feel a faint thrum of life inside it, like a slow heartbeat. A bubbling determination filled her young chest. "That tree helped everyone in our village," Nia said firmly. "It protected us from the sun and gave us fruit even when food was low." Grandma nodded, smiling with pride. "Yes, dear one, when I was your age, I would lie under these branches on hot days and dream away the afternoon. This tree is part of our family." Nia clenched her small fist. "Then I will help it, Grandma. I promise I won't let our friend fade away." The very next morning, before the sun rose, Nia crept quietly out of her hut with an empty bucket. She tiptoed so the other villagers wouldn't wake. She wanted to surprise them with good news, not worry them. At the well, she filled the bucket with water until it was almost spilling over. As she carried it through the village, a rooster crowed, and the first hint of dawn painted the sky pink. Villagers looked on curiously as Nia poured the water gently around the baobab's broad roots. She whispered, almost as if comforting an old friend, "Drink, dear tree. You are not alone." Then she sang softly, an old lullaby of rain and warm breezes her grandmother taught her, a song of life returning to the land. As days passed, Nia made this quiet routine her secret mission. Every morning and again at sunset, she carried water to the baobab. When the sun was high, she cleared dry weeds from around its trunk so no thirsty grass would steal its water. Grandma watched from afar and nodded in approval whenever she saw Nia's determined faith. "You are doing well, little one," she praised in the evening, handing Nia a bowl of fresh fruit. The baobab had offered such fruit when the harvest was lean. One afternoon, as Nia poured water at the tree's roots, a few village children gathered to watch. One boy, Kofi, wrinkled his nose. "Why are you wasting water on an old tree?" he asked skeptically. Nia wiped sweat from her brow and met Kofi's eyes. "This tree took care of all of us when we were hungry and tired," she said earnestly. "If we care for it now, it will help us again someday." Some children rolled their eyes, but a few looked thoughtful. Even a herd of cattle in the distance slowed to stare at Nia's determination, as if sensing something important was happening. Despite Nia's efforts and the children's cautious interest, the drought deepened and the fields hardened under the sun. Water grew scarcer, and worry crossed her friends' faces. Nia could have been afraid, but each time doubt crept in, she remembered Grandma's words. Patience and care can bring back what was lost. She would grip the pail tighter and keep going, one steady step at a time. One evening, after Nia had poured the last drop from her bucket, Grandma Amari came to stand beside her at the baobab. The full moon was rising, and its light made the leaves look silver in the darkness. "You may be tired, my child," Grandma whispered kindly, "but see how brave you are. Even the sky sees your kindness." Nia smiled sleepily. The moon seemed to wink back. "Even if nobody else helps, Tree, I will stand by you," she promised softly, and gave the trunk one last pat before walking home under the starry sky. On the eve of the village's harvest festival, a gentle rain finally fell. Nia raced outside to dance in it. She tilted her face toward the sky, drinking in the cool drops after so many weeks of heat. "Let it water the baobab too," she prayed quietly, closing her eyes in hope. The rain continued through the night and into dawn. By morning, the whole land smelled fresh and alive. Nia raced to the tree and gasped. Tiny green leaves were sprouting at the tips of its branches, more than anyone could remember seeing in all the years. In the very center, a single pink blossom opened like a dawn rose. The long, empty silence that had hung over the baobab was broken by a soft crackle of new life. Joy and relief washed over Nia as she realized the baobab had returned. Before the festival began, the villagers gathered around the revived tree in amazement. Even Kofi, the doubting boy, stood with wide eyes. Grandma Mari took Nia's hand and led her forward. "You did this," Grandma said, her voice full of pride. "Your care and love reminded our old friend how to live again." Nia beamed up at her grandmother and said, "We all did it, Grandma. We all helped together even when we forgot." As the sun rose higher, the baobab shared its gift, sweet, nutritious fruits that had been missing from the table. The village elders offered the first piece to Nia, and its flavor burst like 1,000 thank yous. Children climbed the tree carefully to hang ribbons and paper lanterns among the new leaves, turning it into a living celebration. Everyone laughed and sang under the shade again, grateful for this miracle. That night, as the stars twinkled above the laughing village, Nia and Grandma stood by the baobab under its canopy of new leaves. Grandma Amari smiled and held Nia tight. "My brave girl," she whispered, "never doubt the power of a kind heart. Your love gave back life to this tree, and now we will all remember that no act of caring is ever too small." Nia looked up into the rustling leaves and felt a warm peace inside her. She had learned a powerful truth. Even one small act of kindness can grow into something truly life-giving. By nurturing nature and respecting the wisdom of our elders, we can bring hope and life back into the world. Sometimes, all it takes is one small, kind heart to bring life back to something forgotten. Like Nia, we too can revive even the driest roots with love, patience, and care. No act of kindness ever goes to waste.